AEW, character-wise, the motivations, all that, in history.
So up next, we got the long-awaited return to Dynamite of Kenny Omega. They played his new entrance video and his music. They tried to set the atmosphere. Kenny came out. I noticed right away with the outfit. I was like, he has like, it looked like he has like khaki kind of pants and like a dress shirt. I was like, he's about to bump. Like that's why I immediately said, I was like, he's about to bump tonight. And then he was making his way out, high-fiving the fans, smile on his face. Excalibur's going crazy. Big welcome back chants. He's, walking out with a fucking patch on his head or whatever.
Is that the hottest thing on the show?
What's up?
Is that the hottest reaction of the night?
Possibly.
I think it was. I just pointed out like it was a dead crowd.
They don't mention his match at Wrestle Kingdom, even though they played the video.
Do you think they only played that video because they're like, how else are we gonna explain why this man is out here looking like Hogan the night of WrestleMania 9 with a black eye? Yeah. Like he has a gash above his forehead. We have to be able to explain this.
It's crazy.
But you can't miss. You have to hint it.
Yes, Black Sabre Jr. Nigga was dressed like a substitute teacher. Yes. Wow. So like I could immediately just see the look in his eye. It was like the eyes never lie. I was like, this is not the Kenny Omega that walked into the Tokyo Dome like a week ago or days ago.
What town were they in?
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Well, okay. I was in the Tokyo Dome and now I'm in Clarksville, Tennessee. I think the adrenaline is down. I don't think I have the same,
Yeah. So he said it was a little over a year ago that he found out he had diverticulitis and he had to have 2 feet of his intestines removed. Doctor said he would have been dead if he delayed any longer, checking himself into the hospital. He asked the doctor how long the recovery is, but was told he'd be lucky to make his return to a normal way of life, let alone the ring. He said he pushed things too hard, and he found himself in the hospital 4 more times for 4 more weeks, and he questioned if he could still even do this. He said there was a time that he thought about, giving up, and that was the safest option, but once he considered what the purpose was, what purpose would he have on the planet without the fans with him? He said a few days ago he tested this theory in Tokyo, Japan, tiptoeing and hinting that, of activity, as he has the match of the year right now. Yeah. Just like he found his purpose tonight. He said if he isn't giving, or if he isn't in the ring giving the fans everything he has every single week, then he's not living, even though he's not the same guy. The new version, the one that's not worried about money, power, revenge, he can still prove he has what it takes. I was like, I thought there was weird energy behind this promo because I was like, I want him to just like be full of fire and say he's ready to like kick ass and stop the doubtful shit. It was like, we just saw you playing a video earlier of you jumping 10 feet past the gate at the Tokyo Dome. You have a fucking gash on your head, and it's like they can't admit what he was actually doing, so it all feels fucking weird to me. So like I didn't love it. I thought this was kind of weak. Or I'll keep going through because that will exasperate my point of why I wasn't really feeling this segment.
Maybe he's saving it because he knew he had to sell a beatdown. Maybe no.
So.
Maybe like the real super inspiring fire up promo is like around the corner. It's not like it wasn't meant to be right now. Is what I'm getting at. You think that's a possibility or no?
I mean, what better time to do it for than because I keep coming back to the point where it's
also Kenny Omega's best promos in his company have historically all been heel promos. I would like to see one of his best promos be a babyface promo for once. I would like one of those.
So like,
kind of need hope in this era.
So like. When I'm seeing this, like I'm reminded of fans wanting to see how they position him, how they, people want this guy pushed as the fucking ace. So I'm gonna nitpick this shit pretty much to death at this point, going forward. And like, I'm gonna read what happens next. So like after that, in the middle of that, Don Callis' music hits, and Kenny gives a look on his face like, I am so fucking tired of this nigga. And then like this is the first.
He also in the middle of the promo said he's done with vengeance and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he heard that fucking noise. That man said, fuck what I just said. Look, listen, do as I say, not as I do. He went out there and put hands on Callis. I was like, I've been waiting for. Look, when he started running down, I was like, "Please be the V trigger." I've been waiting for that V trigger to Callis for years now. At this point, when he hit that V, when he hits that long V trigger on Don Callis, it will be maybe one of my top 5 moments in AEW history. He's saving it. It's gonna happen one of these days. He's gonna hit that nigga with that knee, and I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, bro. I saw the Callis shit and I was like, oh god. Like I was like, yo, this is like the one time
beatdown was on the way, right?
I knew it. I fucking knew it. And then like he actually gets to Don, as James was mentioning. I was shocked because no one ever
not
gets
the way
to Don.
I wanted though.
Yeah, no one ever gets to him.
He only got his hands around his neck though.
And then
I wanted the full bow.
Yeah.
Just blast that
off.
Nigga head off his shoulders.
So Brian Cage and Lance Archer then run out and attack him, and I'm like, oh, fucking great. And then Kyle Fletcher hits the ring. Now it's 3-on-1. They're doing a 3-on-1 beatdown. And I'm like, all right, get up, whoop their ass, do something.
Was you expecting like the Young Bucks to save him, or you thought he was going to save or break or clear him out by himself?
I thought he was going to save himself, like most top baby faces in the history of wrestling.
Steve Austin
would be, Steve Austin. Would they have done Roman Reigns like this? Would they have done Junkyard Dog like this? And then I was like, great.
Hey, hold on. But when we talk about pro wrestling or whatever else, say AEW ain't real. What's more realistic than you getting your ass kicked 3-on-1? Because on a fair one, 3 you out here beating people 1v3. That ain't realistic. That is not realistic. That is the fake shit. That is actually the fake shit.
Like I was like, yeah. All these other aces would have been able to, hold all these niggas off, but like they give him the right hand punch to the lower body or whatever. He's selling, and then
didn't die.
What's up?
He didn't die.
He did not die.
Yeah.
Then Will Ospreay runs out.
I just wanted to point that out because Gabe Kidd said the body punch is gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him with one body punch.
I mean, maybe Gabe was working on that 1-inch punch. Maybe he didn't get the chance. So Ospreay runs out and saves him with the chair, takes out Archer on the ramp, chases off Fletcher and Cage, and they retreat. Ospreay throws the chair aside. Him and Omega have a stare down. And it's like, hold on.
He did look like he was finna swing it on him. Yeah. Swing it on him until he turned around. It was very much like the tease of the lariat, the buckshot lariat from Hangman and Page at the end of the the tag match between Hangman and Omega versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah,
back in the day.
So they're doing that, and then it's basically like a stare down, holy shit chance, and they start quickly trying to say, oh, these guys have tons of history together. But then they're like, oh, next week, Kenny Omega will face Brian Cage in his first match back in AEW over a year. Ospreay made his way to the back. Omega was in the ring with a mic in hand. He looked like he was going to talk, but then the show ended, and then he cut like a post-show promo that blew the one he did on television away. Like, I was like, all right. So, like, obviously I didn't like the fact it was like he had to get saved by somebody, but they're clearly setting something up here. Yeah, I just didn't love it. I thought it was weak, and I was like, I think Kane need to fire up himself and make his own comeback, but I guess they got different ideas.
It served a purpose, right? It's to like sink you in the direction of like, all right, well, it seems like they're headed towards Ospreay and Omega and some type of and them combining forces to fight the evil that is the Don Callis family. And with the Kesha there, I can see that. Makes sense. Whatever.
They're also in their own universe. They're far away from the championships. Yeah, he did not address Okada at all in this promo.
But he can't address Okada because that's supposed to be in fucking July.
It makes it weirder of why that segment happened at World's End just to come back out here now.
You know what it was. The first time he comes back, it has to be on AEW television. Remember like that shit happened with Moxley with a couple years ago with New Japan, or was it New Japan or was it GCW? GCW, right?
GCW, I think.
Right. It was like his first time being back for so long, like his first appearance needs to be on AEW, and then he can go do whatever. That's what that was. Yeah. That's all that was.
So, like, there's just all these things that are just conflicting for me, and it's like, it's not adding up, essentially. What do you think of the new song?
My favorite Kenny Omega theme is his AEW theme, his first one. So, it's fine. Whatever. I
I think he should go to big match music, like the Mayu Watani, like the champion music. Like if he used this song, like it was dope at the Dome or whatever, but like I don't know how people are going to like feel it because there's not those drums in it.
It's not energetic, and it's the same thing I had with like his Terminator stuff in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where it's like, okay, it's fine. But I don't love it. And then I heard AEW, and I was like, yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's. I don't know what his DDT music was. So I can't even help you on that one. But yeah,
I don't know the DDT music. I like the New Japan one. I like Battle Cry. I like this one too. I listen to it, but I feel like there's a time and a place for this one.
My favorite Kenny Omega theme.
What's up?
Battle Cry is my favorite Kenny Omega theme.
Yeah,
easily. Like it's not even a question. I think that's by far and away the best one that I've heard him ever come out to.
So. He's wrestling.
And then after that second, I had to put like the Elite one to Kansas.
Okay, yeah. He's wrestling Cage next week, so I would have thought they would have had a better match waiting for him. I like Brian Cage. I've always wanted to see these guys have a match together.
A better match or a match that's hotter,
or a bigger match waiting for him.
Okay, gotcha. Fair enough. Like, have we talked to Chad about this? This is match that Chad has wanted to see for a while.
I should send him a message. Say, hey man, are you tuning in? Like, what was the word? Yeah, like these Brian Cage wanted to have this match for a long time. I heard he brings it up all the time. Obviously, he's tweeted about it years and years ago. So it's gonna be some moves, baby, in this one. So they're gonna open the show. They're getting basically limited commercial breaks during this. They already said it. So can't wait to see it, and hopefully it feels, like the feeling that we're looking for, essentially, for Kenny Omega. Is Kenny Omega up to it? Like, I'm gonna challenge him, like on this. Like, if you've been quoted, you want this Roman Reigns presentation, and do you want to be somebody?
He said that for real.
He said it on streams and stuff, and talking about how he loves the presentation, and he wants to be pushed as a top guy. So it's like, all right, like. Let me see it. Like, do you want to do American TV in a way where it's like you're still doing you, and I don't know. I think he's gonna need to step up. Like he can't do these promos like with this low energy kind of stuff. Like I think that's got to go. Like he's got to unveil like a new wrinkle kind of.
But do you okay? I get you saying, but like. I don't think that's him being the rah-rah guy. That's never been really him, though. He's an introspective, thoughtful guy, and that doesn't mean necessarily that you can't fire up, but we've never seen him do that as a babyface. Are you saying, like, you want to see him finally do that? Because, I mean, I'm with you. I've wanted to see him do that since he first showed up at AEW, and then he decided to start doing the Nakazawa nonsense. But he had the matches, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I would love him to do it, but I'm not really waiting for him to do that anymore. I'm kind of been like, well, if he would have done it, he would have done it by now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not holding against because he's still one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and still, even when he was doing the nonsense, whatever else, he's still having a great match. He's still having, the shit with Pac, so I'm not. That's nothing that I need, but like I can see someone being like, yeah, I'd like to see that if he was saying he wants to be the president like Roman Reigns, whatever else. I can see that. For me, I don't necessarily need it because it's like proof's in the pudding. I just saw it. I saw it on January 5th. It was fucking awesome. Well, I didn't see it on January 5th, but it happened on January 5th. I watched it. It was fucking awesome. So,
it's like I think there are aspects of like the stuff that he puts into his character and his promos, like when he's somewhere like New Japan, that just shines through like almost without trying. And in AEW, he has had trouble doing that. So like I don't know if it's the way he's being produced or if it's his ideas himself or whatever.
Do you think also that like based off the audiences, they require different things, and I think he connects better into the Japanese fan base than he does the American fan base?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I think it is too. I don't think he actually knows exactly how to present himself as not necessarily a white baby face, but like a top baby face that is pure and is like a master of ceremonies. I don't think he's ever really been that. I don't know if that's in his tool bag. I mean, and obviously, you can learn how to do things, but like, I mean, like, for example, right? what you're asking him to do is like kind of like what Ospreay did when he hit the ground running, showing up in AEW. Show up, had the big matches, big presentation. People go crazy to his music because he's big, fiery promos. Every single week that were not setting the world on fire. I've never seen Kenny Omega do that. I didn't know Will Ospreay can necessarily do that outside of like, those G1 promos, whatever else. But he did it. It was like, damn, like this is when people were talking about like, should they just do it now with him?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're now in year 6 of this company with Kenny Omega. And like if he does that, great. But he never had to do that before, and he was still the god of pro wrestling, as Callis would call him. So, for me, it's kind of like if he does that, that's just another thing to add to the list of tools, another list of concepts. Like, yeah, he's done. Everyone wants to doubt him, and he's done every fucking thing there is to do in pro wrestling, except for be this, and then he does do it. It's like another thing for you to say, shut the fuck up. But I don't. To me, it's like I don't need him to prove that to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be cool if he did it. It would be cool if he did it. It would be.
I just do not want this company to fuck this up. It's got like the proof's in the pudding. Like,
and also I'm at a point now with like the way it's going right now, where it was like, look, Kenny Omega come back and have a match with Brian Cage, whatever else, and this happened. This is the least of my worries compared to what's going on that I don't like in this company. He's gonna come back and team with Ospreay, and they're gonna wrestle Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Oh my! Look. Thank you. Something I can look forward to on pay-per-view. This other shit, I don't know, bro. I ain't really loving it.
It feels like there's going to be
I know I'll enjoy.
I hope what I hope doesn't happen is that it's like this hard ripple in the company where it's like I feel like they're doing bullshit in this corner, and then like all the fire shit is happening like over here. Like
yeah.
And it feels like we're gonna be headed towards
Ricochet also
Swerve Ricochet on that side, yes.
It was off to the side, yeah. Like the top wrestlers are really good at doing some real like cross. What do you call it? Side quest stuff right now. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So